Welcome to my cosy winter walk in London. Come with. I'm Claire in the City, your Carrie Bradshaw in London, and today I'm wearing my Carrie Bradshaw inspired big puffer coat with my tulle skirt to take you around some of the cutest places in London. The sun is shining, but it's -2 degrees today, making it cold in London. And we're going to take a lovely walk around, starting at Parliament. Today's walk is taking us from Westminster, down Southbank, past the London Eye, crossing the bridge to Somerset House, where we'll stop off at a cute cafe along the way. From there, we'll go to Covent Garden, we'll go to the National Gallery, we'll get a little wizardy at the House of MinaLima before grabbing a cuppa at the photogenic Broadwick, followed by a spot of lunch in Soho, and then going via Regent Street to finish up in Marylebone and the fabulous Wallace Collection. But circling back to Westminster, and this is the tube you come out of, you can go in Parliament if you book tickets, which I thoroughly recommend and have done once, or you can cross Westminster Bridge like we have and take photos from the opposite side. It's one of my favourite things to do because even if it's busy, there's still plenty of space and you get an uninterrupted view. From here, we're starting to head down Southbank, and we were so cold that we fell into the first cafe we came across, which kind of looks a lot like a prep but isn't, and had a lovely cup of tea, thank God. And our next stop is something you'll definitely recognise. I'm in front of the London Eye, which you'll pass on this amazing little walk, and you can go on the London Eye, and a fun fact is it doesn't really stop moving, it just moves slowly around. But I definitely recommend buying your tickets and doing it in advance and making sure you come early in the day. I've been on it once, and I think once is probably always enough, right? There's plenty of other places to see in London. It's also the home of the amazing New Year's Eve fireworks, which you'll have seen on TV and is ticketed if you're visiting around that time. But today we can go and have a look at it. You can come here to this little park which is right next to it, get some lovely shots, and then we can carry on our way. Getting a photo with the London Eye can be a little bit tricky, so one of my favourite things to do is actually to cross the river and take photos from the other side. Because it's so big, it kind of makes all the difference. But for now, we're going to continue walking down Southbank, which is lovely and quiet on this Sunday morning. If you're here around Christmas time, you'll find the winter market here, but we were right at the end of the festive season, so we're all closed on the day we visited. I really wanted to check out the Southbank book market, but unfortunately, it wasn't open yet when we arrived. We were very early that day, so I'm showing some snippets from a previous time. It's an amazing collection of books, vintage books, contemporary fiction, lots of children's books, and lots of special editions. And now it's time to head north. As you cross Waterloo Bridge, you can see this amazing, incredible view around the city. There's St Paul's, you can see all the way around the bend. And if you wanted to keep walking, you could go all the way to Tower Bridge, of course. And over the other side, you can see the London Eye and Parliament. I always say that all it takes to remember why you want to live in London and pay these extortionate rents and pay these huge amounts for coffee is to take a little walk down Southbank and remember why you love living here. All these incredible buildings, all this history, all this architecture, all these stories. It's why we live here. But let's go to Somerset House. Come with. This former royal palace has such a rich history. Did you know that Queen Elizabeth I used to live here before she was crowned queen? It was also once home to London Fashion Week. You'll find absolutely gorgeous river views out of their beautiful terrace, but you can go into the building where you'll find cafes, toilets, which are always very important, and also lots of exhibitions you can pay for too. That stunning white backdrop every winter transforms into an ice skating rink, and it was still on when we visited, so it's well worth looking when you're in town. Whether you're coming here for an exhibition or just a coffee, or even just a beautiful photo with that gorgeous backdrop, it's well worth the detour. Going onto the Strand and you'll be able to see how quiet it was on this Sunday. And actually that's a really good tip if you want to walk around and have the streets more or less to yourself. Early morning on a Sunday is perfect. A lot of the shops don't open until 12 and the city workers are absent, so it's nice and quiet to explore. Our next stop is actually next to the Savoy, which is also a beautiful place to nip into. But this is a little coffee shop, and inside they do the most gorgeous little pastries and croissants. We ordered a hazelnut pralini croissant, which was absolutely gorgeous and really flaky, teamed with a little latte. I really enjoyed this. And they've got lovely cherry blossom inside, so it's a really aesthetic space. The loos were also really aesthetic in this dark green colour with these sort of Art Deco tiles. The windows had this lovely winter wonderland scene, even featuring Paddington Bear. It's it's so nice to find a new cozy cafe to go to in London, and this ticked all of the boxes. Our next stop is to wander through the streets of Covent Garden on our way to the National Gallery. And you could spend hours just wandering around these streets. There's so many interesting shops, bars, cafes, restaurants, you name it, you can wander around here for hours. And I have separate videos on all of these places. But for now, it's time to cross into Trafalgar Square, which has lots of little markets of its own, given that it's festive time. However, we're here to look at a sneaky peek of some of the 2,600 works which you can see from great artists for absolutely free. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe so I can make even more videos for you. And now we're at the National Gallery, which on a very cold day is a very cozy place to come. Whenever I get here, I go straight to the Van Goghs. They're my absolute favorites. I go through all of the little rooms, and they're, well, quite grand rooms actually, but I go all the way to the Van Goghs because it just reminds me of being at school and how I used to draw them. We used to come here when we were kids and look at them. Been here many times over the years, and actually it just gets better and better. We really wanted to pack in as much as possible to show you on this winter walk, so we nipped in and out of the National Gallery. However, I would really recommend, you could honestly spend anywhere from half a day to a full day in here, but we had a hot date because my next stop is something I wanted to look at for a very long time. We're heading towards Waterloo Street, and on the way we'll pass some of the theatres, which would make excellent places to go on a cold winter's day. But if you're a Harry Potter fan, we're heading towards the House of MinaLima, which I've been obsessed with ever since I did my big Harry Potter location video last year. This shop is like Harry Potter, but like really luxury. It's been put together by the design studio, which were behind the graphic props used in the Harry Potter films. How cool is that? Outside is given honeydukes. When you go in, there's all of the house flags above the door. There's an amazing fireplace with all of the Harry Potter letters shooting out of it. When we visited, it was really dressed up for Christmas, but there's illustrated beautiful books absolutely everywhere. There's wallpapers, wrapping papers. There's even a beautiful like stairway down to the basement, which has got loads of newspaper artwork all over it from the Harry Potter films. The floor has all of the Marauders map all around it. There's so many incredible details. If you do one thing on this little walk, actually, this is the one I'd recommend. It is super cozy, super interesting, and you'll probably spend a fortune. It's kind of part shop, part gallery, so it's all of the props and lots of things to buy too, so really worth going. And if you're interested in Harry Potter, make sure you check out my main video on all the locations. I've got a lovely walk there too. Around the corner is the Broadwick Soho, and it has been designed apparently by the same people who did Annabelle's. So it is super luxury, super gorgeous, and super glam. Outside, they've got a Moulin Rouge theme at the moment. I'm not sure how long it's staying, but I hope it stays for a long time because it's really cool. And we went up to the top bar, which is my favorite, called the Flute, and it's got amazing views out of London because it's on the top floor, and on a sunny day with the light coming in, all of the Art Deco features look absolutely stunning. You've got kind of a disco ball vibe of everything bouncing around off the glass, and we had a lovely cup of tea here, so definitely go and check this out. It's such a beautiful, beautiful place to visit. And if you take any photos here, they're going to come out absolutely perfect. I feel like I've seen loads of Instagram pictures of famous stars staying here as well, including Sabrina Carpenter. And do not leave without going to the loos. They are absolutely glamorous and gorgeous, all powdery pink with this incredible wallpaper. So stunning. As we were leaving, the lights had come on the beautiful display as well, so actually it looks even better in the dark. Our next cozy spot was a bit of a surprise because my friend Kate loves Georgian cuisine, and we spotted this brand new little restaurant in Soho, which was just across the road from the Broadwick. We bobbed in there for a lovely cozy lunch, which was really delicious, and I'd recommend it to go back. But we were kind of on the clock because my final stop was up in Marylebone, and we had to get a wriggle on. So we went through Carnaby Street, which is always interesting to see, and then up Regent Street to see the lovely angels that take over the streets every year, and went past Hamleys, which was absolutely crazy. And before we knew it, we were in the back streets heading towards beautiful Marylebone. As you can see, it gets dark pretty early in the UK at 4 p.m. ish in winter, but we do get lots of lovely sunsets, and there's also lots of winter lights about as well. But back to winding through those lovely streets of Marylebone, and I always recommend this area. It's super cute and gorgeous, and lots of independent shops, lots of interesting things to see, bookshops, ribbon shops, luxury clothes shops. And the place we're looking for is on Manchester Square. And this is the Wallace Collection. This is our final stop on our cozy winter walk. Let's go and have a look around. This incredible place is absolutely free to visit. They do paid exhibitions, and actually last year I visited and saw the Grace and Perry Delusions of Grandeur exhibition, which was fantastic. But the permanent collections include masterpieces of painting, beautiful sculptures, furniture, and even in the basement they've got lots of armour that I lose my boyfriend for hours looking at. I love it because it's not just a gallery, it's really inspirational. You can see the colours and the textures and the different pieces, all of the hard work and skill and artistry that's gone into everything, and it really comes together as this one beautiful building with this gorgeous staircase going up to the first floor. And you'll also find that there's a big cafe which is pink in the middle of the building. It's a little bit dark for us to see at the point that I was there, so I'll try and find some photos here from a previous visit. We whizzed round here half an hour before closing, which was just enough time to have a really quick look around everything and check out the famous Laughing Cavalier. But I would recommend you come for at least 2 to 4 hours and probably have something in the cafe too. Thank you for joining me on my cozy winter walk today. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.